Latino community.
Thank you for tuning in. Today we are talking boundaries. So yes, boundaries can be very scary. And something that we were noticing and talking about is that a lot of people don't know what a boundary is. And
No, especially Latinos. We're like, boundary?
right,
What does
like
that
what
mean for
are
us?
those? Yeah, so we kind of wanted to explain and guide you through what a boundary is. So a couple of misconceptions. So boundaries, sometimes a lot of people think that they're creating distance, right? And sometimes there's a lot of fear of, if I create this boundary, this person's gonna get mad at me. They're not gonna be my friends anymore.
Right.
They're gonna break up with me. They're gonna be mad at me.
Or does it mean I have to cut my parents off?
Right.
Does it mean I have to get away from the family?
Yeah, so it's a lot of
Drastic
and intense, and it's gonna hurt my relationship instead of helping. And so we want to let you know that a boundary is supposed to do the opposite of that. You know, boundaries are meant to be bridges, because I want you in my life. These are some things that I will love if you listen to and respect it to, and vice versa, right? Maybe someone you love is trying to tell you an important boundary, right? So some examples of boundaries are, I would love to go out with you tonight, but I'm too tired to do it today. Right. You know, another example is, I really want to help my mom out, but for my mental health, I need to say no.
Right.
That one's a tougher one. You know?
Yes. I see boundaries as you're setting the rules for the relationship.
Yeah.
You're setting the expectations and also the limits of how much I can and how much I'm not willing to do.
Yes.
So with helping our parents, I want to help, I'm willing to help, and this is how much I'm going to help.
Correct. And I think understanding that setting a boundary is not meant to be disrespectful. Right. You know, it's not meant to be a version of talking back. You know, a lot of parents in our community think that, you know, how dare my child set this boundary with me? Who do they think they are? Right. You know, it's not talking back. Is stating how you feel and your current situation.
Right. The way that I think about a boundary when it comes to, let's say, as an adult with my parents or with my mom, right? She wants to be on the phone with the chisme. And I have things to do, or it's just too draining for me at that moment. So I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want to say, you know, I can't do this, I don't want to talk to you ever again, or don't share this with me. But it's more of, okay, I know you have a lot to say, I need to run inside, I need to do an errand, I will call you right back. And it's more of that training almost of, that's probably not a conversation that my daughter's is going to partake in.
Yeah.
So little by little, there's this expectation of, okay, when I have the chisme, I'm probably not gonna be on the phone with my daughter as much.
Right.
She's probably gonna start finding other conversation or ending the phone call a little bit earlier. And I think most people end up picking up on that, or maybe even just having that honest conversation of, you know, I really need to be healthy today for my children. I need to be present. And that just makes me feel a little bit sad and it lowers my mood. So I don't want to hear it today. But maybe I'll check in with you tomorrow.
Right. And I love that because I think people should understand that boundaries help you feel good in your relationships. Because you did that, you know, you felt better, you were really respectful of your day and your energy, and you could be present with who you needed to be present that day. So it's really when used correctly, it could be used as strength. And so, you know, the way you set them matters too. So for instance, you know, we want to connect with the person as we set the boundaries. You know, you could say, you know, I feel really disrespected by this person. I would like to talk about ways we could maybe decrease our amount of time spent with this person, right? You know, that is you stating how you feel. Let's make a plan. What a boundary is not, they're not ultimatums, right? You know, if you keep hanging out with this person, I'm breaking up with you. That's not, you know, a proper boundary. That's more of an ultimatum. And so that is when, you know, we want to steer away from that.
It's almost like your behavior will depend on the future of our relationship.
Correct. And a boundary is more, these are my feelings. What can we do about them? Right.
This is what I need from you.
This is what I need. In order to feel better, this is what I need. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. And I'm wondering, when people are not willing to, what happens then?
That's a really great point, because, you know, I talk with clients, sometimes that's a possibility. That's not to say that boundaries are bad or that they don't work. I think it is an unfortunate truth that sometimes there are some people that won't hear the boundary.
Right. They won't respect it.
They won't respect it. Right. And so what to do in those situations? Those situations are tough.
Tune in to our next video on what to do when your boundaries are not respected.
Yes. But feel free to subscribe to the channel and let us know, did you learn something new about boundaries today? Did this help clear your definition? And what boundaries are you ready to set because of this?